round.
Smack!
Walk off. That's what I do. That's what I do.
Yeah, the intro, man. Just get to it.
Right?
Yeah, like
Like you having an allergy attack.
Yeah.
Sinuses.
Alright, so what's first?
We was doing that band shit with Twork and Drugz.
Alright. What about it?
I'll start off the introduction, bring us in. We just go, what about it? Fuck it, no. You want to do this?
Hey. I didn't even know we was gonna do this.
Oh, you said you ain't know we was gonna do this? I thought you wanted to do this. We discussed
I
this.
know we could.
But you ain't had nothing on it?
Ain't nothing really to say about it, but do it.
Oh, I wouldn't have did it then if you ain't had nothing to say about it. It's pointless then. We talked about this for days. And now you're saying you don't have nothing to say about it.
Oh, I talked about the Crucible for days. I ain't talking about this one for days. I was just trying to get you to watch it.
Yeah, but you ain't saying that when I'm like, yo, I'm gonna take notes so we can talk about the drugs and what's the name. Cause you brought it to my attention. I didn't know they bad until you said something.
We could talk about it. I'm just
Yeah, but I wrote bars down so we could recap it. That was the whole point of me like getting the app. So you wanted me to go in there and watch videos and shit so we could recap them. We might already record then, nigga.
Yeah, I didn't know it was this battle.
So we might not even record then. If you don't have no bars, down for the battle, I wrote shit down for this shit.
I didn't know we was getting bars. We never said that.
Bro, that's what we said. You said pick a battle on the app that you wanted to do, and you told me about this battle. I'm like, all right, we're gonna do this one. We've been talking about this for mad days.
Though. I didn't know we was getting bars down for this one.
Whenever we ever talk about a battle, if we don't talk about the bars. You said it's no point in talking about a battle if we don't not talk about the bars.
And then I did say that I feel like we could talk about it without it. This battle we could talk about it without it too. I was trying to find a medium so I could stop finding so many. We still should talk about it.
This shit, man, frustrating, man.
I think you should do it. I remember talking about the Crucible.
So what was the point of me watching the Crucible, bro? Like I got notes on that shit too. So you don't got notes on that? You don't have notes on that either?
There's a point to watch.
What was the point of you telling me to get the app? I thought we were supposed to get the app so we could watch shit and talk about it and have notes on it.
You just heard me just say let's record in a few hours. That was 2 hours ago. Then you said I'm about to watch all of them. And that was all right. And then you hit me 30 minutes later after you watch one and say you want to record. So I'm here to record. Let's record. We'll make an excuse up. We can do that. Put it off. Keep putting it off. We don't get nowhere. Want to record? Let's record. You got the material. Record. You got jazz. Record. You got your video. Record, bro. I wanted to do the Crucible. I didn't catch up on them. I still want to talk about it. I'll just say where I'm at, where I left off at.
So you want to talk about the Crucible or you don't want to talk about the Crucible?
I do want to talk about it. It's something.
All right, let's start off with that because I don't even want to talk about the Drugz and Twork shit.
I think we should do the Drugz and Twork shit.
You don't have no notes or nothing down. It's no point in me.
Stuff I can say about it, but I don't want.
I don't want to be. I don't have no stuff to say. I got bars and shit. I got a lot of bars I wrote down. It's like I don't want to just. I don't want to just be reading the bars and you just be sitting there like that. Makes the video like dry. Like if I'm sitting there reading all my bars and you don't have none, like that looks stupid. Like we've been in that position before where I've sat there and you read off mad bars and I'll just be sitting there. You know what I'm saying?
I think you should do it.
That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna wait till you double back or have some bars or something to say about it. If not, I ain't even about to read my bars about it. That's what I recap for. I recap it for us to write bars about that shit.
I still did it. I made videos by myself with bars. Just do it. Get out of the way. That's one out the way. That don't make no sense. I just said I didn't know.
It do make
But I
sense.
put
It do
on.
make sense, bro.
It's
If we
hot
talked
now.
about it, and we said we was gonna do it, and now it's time to record, and you unprepared. Like I'm coming to the table with bars, and you don't have no bars.
For twerking drugs.
I got him. I got
I'm
him.
ready
That's what
though.
I'm saying.
I'm ready
Let's
to
just
do
talk
it
about the
right now.
Let's just talk about the Crucible.
I'll say it like that.
Let's just talk about the Crucible then.
I don't have no bars for twerks and drugs. Nah, I
All
don't
right, so
have none.
Let's just talk about the Crucible then.
Why don't we just do the twerking drugs? Just because I don't have no bars, I really don't have. It wasn't no bars there that was like super hard to me. I have more to say about the battle itself. I've been said that.
Let's just talk about the Crucible.
Putting it off.
I ain't putting it off. I want to talk about the Crucible.
All right, so man, you want to talk about the Crucible?
You started off. This is your shit. You watch more episodes than me. I only watched 2.
I was gonna say I like the Crucible. What they've been doing right now. But I do notice, and what I did notice, what I'm glad it remind me every time when I go pick up and get some time to watch it. They do intro and say Beasley says, I don't know, maybe he said it at the beginning of the first episodes, because I'm only up to LA episode 1. LA episode 2, and I feel like he did say it. Maybe it was in the beginning of the first episode, but anyway, he explains what the Crucible is, and it reminded me, because I'm like, dang, that's the Crucible, because I always remember hearing about the Crucible and seeing PGs and stuff, but I never really understood the ranking of it. I understood it, but I was never there to catch when the Crucible drops. I always just seeing him like months later, but it was dope to see that he how they explain it and everything. I get it. It makes sense. Like, it's basically proven, and it's money on the line for them too. So that's dope. Well,
Yeah, it's 10.
so
It's
far
10
though,
bands on it.
yeah, I ain't know that. I wasn't really paying attention as much to. I ain't know
So
it
that
was
get them a
money. I think
little
they didn't really say that
initiative.
till like later on.
So it's like a little small proving ground tournament to me in my eyes. Like,
Right, and I feel
get
like I
they,
learned my lesson from the Ultimate Madness, where I'm not going to pick somebody, especially
yeah, just
off
pick
of
somebody because you know them,
rounds
because you know
that's
they
like
big
not even
name.
that whole round. Like a lot of these, New York had. I'm only up to, like I said, episode 2 of LA. New York had 2, like I don't want to say 2, but I feel like they had like a hand, like maybe 2 dudes that had like type choked up there, went up there and choked. That's crazy to hear that, but or see that, but and then they just that reflects crazy. Just
I know it's a lot
I
of
ain't know that.
a lot of little 90-minute.
Something
I mean, I said 90-minute, 90-second rounds, 2 rounds and shit. And I know they only showing 1 round apiece, but I would like to see both rounds. Because some of them
Yeah, I
dudes
think I
is
do remember them
fire.
saying they was going to drop later. They was going to drop them
A
later.
lot of them dudes is fire, and I want that. I ain't want to hear their verse cut short.
I still gotta watch the rest of it. I want to watch the rest of it. I just ain't been. I don't have the want to watch it, so it's like it's like, especially when I first started seeing it, it was dope. But then the way they dropped it was like they had they had the first episode of the Carolina one, and then when the next one came out, I was like, all right, I want to see where it's going. Then when they changed the city up, it got better there because of the judges, like the Swave and Easy was hilarious. I didn't want to spoil nothing, but we had this point already.
I was thrown off
I
by
might as
Top
well say what I want
and
to say.
Swamp sitting next to each other, on the first episode. I'm like, oh, I thought these niggas, battling under the Carolinas and shit. Now they coming together, picking talent out. Feel me?
Yeah.
On some Dancing with the Stars type shit. You feel? That's what
Yeah,
I thought about that. I'm like, well, they I guess they cool now. So it look like I don't know if they not gonna
he said,
battle
I
no
guess
more
they
or
cool
nothing,
now.
or because I know there was a lot of animosity between them.
Yeah. They had
So now, to me, if they were to battle, it'll look watered down.
I didn't expect to see Easy. It just made me when I saw Easy and Swave, it was like, oh, okay, they got like a new and older generation type thing going on, or like new class, old class, or just it was dope. I was trying to pick up on that, and I'm like, then they was funny together, and then it was just um the way they were just sitting there watching dudes, and they would tell he just Easy straight told him, "I'm not we not picking none of y'all for real, for real." And then Sway was like, he just told me that. Blame him. He just told me that. And he's like, as soon as he said, he's like, y'all just might as well stop rapping. And he was like, as soon as he said that, the dude just he just started rapping again. And Easy was like, oh, let me get out of here. Like, he just left. That shit was hilarious. I'm like, that. But I was trying. I ain't want to talk about that, but it is what it is, though. It was just
Man, they don't even be trying to play the new guys,
good.
man. New guys coming up trying to take people's spots, man. Trying to solidify their spot in the game, man.
I respect that too, that he kept rapping too, because I'm like, he just told me that he's not picking us. Like, well, I'm supposed to just stop rapping. Now I might as well keep going. Like, they both just left. And then when they actually picking people, they was making it seem like New York had a few people who were just, dang, it's crazy. A lot of people ain't really from that area too, which is whatever. You was in that, right place, right time. That's dope. They just dropped the Houston episode, just to let y'all know where this is at. They just dropped the Houston episode probably within the past few days.
Yeah, so I see how they doing these in like all the major regions and shit.
I want to see it. I'm gonna see it. I'm gonna watch it. It's just I haven't had much of a one because like, I know what I'm expecting. It's like I like what I see. It's like the moments is good, it's good. But like I was saying with Ultramanus, I learned like to not pick straight off of that, and especially like he says, it's not we don't even get to see the whole round or the whole thing. So it's like
when I look at it like this,
but the one that stood out, they were dope though.
When I was looking at it, I wasn't looking at it off picking a winner and all that. I was just scouting, like, trying to remember the names. Hopefully, I'll see them again.
That's right. But I don't think none of us was. I don't want.
Because I can't judge them. I was only. They said they was giving us 90 seconds. I felt like I was only getting like 15 seconds, maybe.
I didn't even know they was getting paid for it until I think where I'm at now. Because I heard the judges say it. But I do want to say that I mentioned about the judge with Easy and Sway. Geechee and EK, they were dope. EK was up there. He was a real good judge. I like what he was saying. He was saying everything I was thinking about a person, like just not that he was using certain words. He was just saying it, and it was just like it was more like that. It wasn't like he was saying it real intricate and like that. It was just what you was thinking when you saw it. He was saying it, and it was crazy. EK really was doing that. And the West, Another thing I want to say about this: the West is bringing the West had the best so far. That's why I want to keep going. It get better and better. I always thought the West had some of the dopest rappers anyway. Like when it come to actual pen, the West and the Midwest, they all over the country, but I feel like the West been holding it down for a few years, for a few decades, should I say? But that's what I wanted to say. And that's pretty much it though. So shout out to the Crucible. I'll catch up with it. And then,
hopefully we'll see one of these guys off the Crucible come and embark on one of these vets. Definitely would like to see that.
I'm gonna try and come back and see what we think about the end of it. I'm gonna check out the end of it, so I'll just come back in. I'm trying to think. I think that was it about the Crucible. Let's get into let's do the Jerzey Twork.
All right.
What I liked about the Drugz though, about that battle, was that it was a surprise. But when you seen it drop, when it came up on the banner, it was like, damn, I didn't even know. It was like, did they battle already? And this is something like that they just decided to put in the app and it's on YouTube.
I think that was like a fill-in battle or something like it wasn't supposed to happen. It was like, fuck it, like we need a fill-in, let's just do it. Like I don't know.
Nah, I went and watched the interview. They had an interview that was on either
because we didn't know that was gonna happen. It wasn't like it was a face-off for that shit. It wasn't like we got a face-off for that. Like we knew it was coming. You get what I'm saying?
Word. But nah, that shit
was shocking. Like
it made me go back on YouTube and be like type when I saw that the band, I'm like band battles ain't usually on YouTube.
I got a new follow on Twitter.
So I'm like, all right, let me go see real quick. I'm like, let me go see on YouTube real
Daisy,
quick.
somebody
come out and they put it up there.
I'm still trying to figure out how to work this shit.
All right. I ain't see it on YouTube. And I'm like, so this really a real battle? I'm like, this is a one round? I'm like, URL don't do one round. So I'm like, I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, I wasn't sure if it was like a ad or something. As soon as you click on it. And it had good vibes from as soon as you click. As soon as you seen it though, because you know how close they are. So it felt like it was gonna be good. It just had me like wondering, like before I sit down and get my popcorn and everything ready, I need to understand like how this came together. What did I miss? How did I miss it? But I'm glad I ain't missed nothing. I was right there for it. So when I did push play on it, it was just like the setting was dope. It reminded me like them two just having a smoke break or something like that. I like Drugz first was fire. Like definitely towards like 2/3 and on of his first. The beginning of it was dope, but it was just
Yeah, his
from
first was
middle,
crazy. Like
like a little bit before the middle to the end was real fire. Like he was heating up basically. But yeah, his second was alright. Twork's second was crazy with the whole with the whole fighting angle and him. I don't want to say the man name that he was fighting, but the public figure is the battle rapper. But the
I don't know
whole
nothing
thing was
about that. I don't
fire.
be getting into people
The
personals
third,
and who be punching
I
on
love the
who. I don't
third.
care about none of that.
It was
Yeah.
honorable. It was hilarious. It was just perfect. I love that third. That third was tough. That third was tough. I ain't seen nothing like that before. I like how it rhymed. It's like it's
Or
clever.
how they
You
was
would
being
think so
funny.
obvious.
They was being real
I'm glad
comical.
they did that. Yeah.
Like I almost thought they wrote
Twerk
together.
3-0.
Like
That was dope.
I almost thought they wrote together. Like how they was,
The way
like
the way he was laughing at certain stuff,
how they
it
was
was like,
laughing and
you
talking to each
used
other.
that. You used what I told you. Like with the headband line. He's like, you
Mm-hmm.
used it. Like he was like, the way you be up here looking like a ninja or something, a monk.
All right, we gonna get into some bars because I got some.
All right.
Why not?
Yeah, shout out to
Drugs.
them for putting that out. Oh yeah, no. One more backstory. They did say, like I said with the video, they did say before you get into that, they did say that they just asked them. The narrative is that Twerk said on Twitter was like that they just had it out. They told him a day before or something like that, and that's fire. That's dope. I feel like what I mean. If people came out some N words like us and told us, we'd probably be able to do something like that too. Cause that's how close they were. So it was dope to see how close they was in that battle. That was a good. It was funny. Like it got replay value too because I definitely ran it back. Probably like I probably watched it like maybe I started a third play since it dropped. I ran it back like yesterday just to hear it and hear that third again and hear how they was like just like it's just crazy to see it on TV because you don't capture them type of moments. It's funny though. That was cool though. But bars is good though. Go ahead. Crazy about to get
You
into
done?
it. I'm done.
Yeah, I don't want to get cut off again. Anyway, into the bars. Drugz said, if he run, abortion. I ain't having that. That was a little fire concept. I liked
That's
it,
fire.
That was fire. Coming from Drugz, A lot of people sleep on Drugz. Drugz really be saying some shit that to me get overlooked. What else Drugz said? Damn, it wasn't even what Drugz said. Damn, my bad. I think that might have been the only line that I had from Drugz, but I really like the Drugz. His first though, like I don't know. Then the little comic, aspect of it was fire. But I mostly got a lot of Twerk bars down. He said, "Doctors putting drugs in drugs. Give him a taste of his own medicine." That was fire. I love the name flips.
Yeah.
And he kept talking about his religion and shit. He said, "If I see you trying to worship God, I'm gonna bang the snub." Then he getting rolled up in a prayer rug. That was fire.
What line he said that in? First or second?
I think that was the first. I think that
He
was
was
Twerk
angry enough.
first.
Second, that's hard right there.
I don't.
How you
This
gonna
wasn't
roll him
that
up in a
fire,
low
but it
ass
was
prayer
funny.
rug? Like,
This was
can
fun.
you picture
This
that?
was
Remember we pictured the hair dryer line? Picture somebody
what
getting rolled up in that little prayer rug, like
in the prayer rug. That's just mad funny. This was funny too. He said hanging Glizzy out the window looked like a lunch truck. That shit. It was fun. It was funny how Twerk said that shit. Like, hold on. What he said. He was supposed to try drugs one time, then get hooked.
yeah, right. He's supposed to. That's the second round, right?
That
He was
was
supposed to. You
fire.
know how that looked? Yeah. Now the glizzy line, he was talking to George like he was from DC, but and he like, with the whole Adidas, and he was like, "This Adidas." That's something. He was like, "You got me wearing." He was like, "You see mine?"
And then,
None-
first of all, it felt like that show was like a comic show because he told that man, what he say?
yeah.
He's like, I don't even smoke, but I will buy from you. Like that shit
He's like, I swear, I'll only cop from you.
from you.
He's like, what kind of? He's like, he don't even smoke. He don't even do drugs. He's like, so I know he can't even. Yeah, drugs had some lines in that first too.
This was it right here. Like you know how I do it. Like, hey, niggas, do it for me. I was gonna save it to them, but I'm gonna
Drugs, you
do it right
did
now
good.
because
I'm
it's
mad
right
he ain't
here.
got no bars. Cause I ain't got no bars for both of y'all. But
This
I'm
this
mad
was the knockout.
that he ain't got no bars for drugs.
This was the icing on the
That
cake right
drugs
here.
was dope in that first. Drugs was dope
This
in that.
this line right here was the icing on the cake. Drugz done showed up to the wrong place like next day air.
Yeah, that was like that was alright.
That was fire.
I used to like Next Day Airlines.
Cause that's his name.
Now it's like, what's his name?
The name.
What's his name?
Drugz.
Oh, I thought you meant his name was like.
You seen the movie Next Day Air when the Drugz showed up to the wrong place?
I'm just saying that was a light Next
That shit was fire. I ain't never heard a Next Day Air bar.
I definitely heard Next Day Airlines.
Then the random was fire too. Did you hear Twork random?
The random, I forgot what he said.
He said random. I heard Tay Rock do OnlyFans. Caution tape.
Yeah,
that was sick.
That was
super random. He told that nigga, he was like, "You ain't never been a has been. You would never was. Level cuz." I don't know why I like that. That shit was fire to me. Told him he was a never was. And he said, one shot hit his roofie. That's a date rape drug. Like, he was fucking him up, like, with the name flip shits. Like, but if I had to judge it, I'll give it 2-1 just because I liked it. I like Drugz first. It was strong. Like, I like how he came out. He came out barking. Like,
giving somebody first because they was good. That's that whole. That
go right
good. To the whole narrative of if a rookie is debatable, then he won. That go right into that whole narrative.
It don't go into that.
It do though, for real, because you gave him the first, and his first was good. It wasn't better than Twork first. If we wanted to,
I feel like it was strong. I feel like it was strong.
This is a great battle. It wasn't better than his though.
I feel like it was strong. He had a strong first round, and if any round I would want to give him, I would definitely give him the first. He ain't win the second.
Plays right into what I just said. If any round I want to give him, that goes right into what I just said. But now you can do that because that's what makes battle rap subjective.
I think Drugz. I think Drugz first round was better than Twork's. That's why I say that.
Now you blatantly saying that. You overtly saying.
No, I'm not blatantly saying that. I feel that. I feel strongly about that.
We didn't say that before though. Okay, I don't remember.
There's no we on my opinion.
We didn't say that.
Is what I think. Like, you feel me? There ain't no we on our opinion. Your opinion is your opinion, and my opinion is my opinion. I feel like he got the first. You feel like Drugz did. I feel like he did.
We ain't say that. When we touched on it earlier,
you keep saying we. You keep saying we. It's me. I'm saying it. I'm saying it. I'm saying it. No, I never said 3-0. You said 3-0.
I did say 3-0. You did say 3-0.
I never said 3-0. I never even agreed with you when you said that.
I thought you said
I ain't disagree or agree when you said that. So you saying we, that you speaking for yourself. I didn't say nothing.
I'm off the Goose Cavassier, so my bad.
I know when you watch this back, you're gonna be like, damn, he didn't say nothing. When you watch this back, you're gonna be like, damn, he didn't say nothing.
Just for that, I'm not watching this back, so I don't gotta run into my own feelings.
I'm gonna tag you in it and then put the time.
You gonna make me see it?
Yeah, I'm gonna make you see it.
Please don't make me see it, because I just apologize for I knew I was wrong. All right, though, but that would go into our next topic, though. Well, why is it important?
Why is what important?
I feel like that could it's gonna be our next topic into our topic. Why is battle rap important? Because when you were talking about like when it was dope and that goes into what I was saying with the first. I remember you saying that, and we just hit on something that go right back into it, and I threw myself off by trying to say something else. Probably we're gonna get into it though. Y'all stay tuned to the channel. But what you want to get into though?
I'm trying to find my notes because I think I had 2 pages of notes, but I don't be writing shit like on the next page. I be writing shit all over in this notebook. Yeah, 1 page right now.
You want to do the recaps from the riot, or talk about their card that's coming up, or the bullpen next card that's coming up? That'd be a quick video.
The riot. Who you got ready from the riot? Straight off hand.
All we gotta do is just say like the date, the name of the card, and that we know.
Oh, I thought you was talking about the old shit that we ain't doing.
Oh, what's going on? The caffeine.
What?
The Dojo family mentioned you. What's going on?
What you mean mentioned? You got mentioned?
Yeah, and from Dojo from his live. What the fuck? What that mean,
What
yo?
happened? What he
They
was saying?
cloning on me or something? I know I was supposed to be on a versus battle. I was supposed to be on a karaoke battle with Sean like a month ago, Sean. What is this though? Dojo family mentioned you.
Yo, we gotta do this next and demon
I
battle,
think that's
bro.
the
Cause
name of
I'm
his
just look.
title. I ain't got nothing to do with the fight.
You did you ever do bars for the next and demon battle and shit? The one I don't think we
I
ever did
have
this
bars
one.
for every one of them. I said I was ready for it,
Let's do it.
and I did. I wish I got a chance to.
I got a demon bar. I forgot all about this bar right here.
Oh
This is
nah,
said no.
yo, I
I've
went to
been
the live. Look. Everybody like, man, I'm over here thinking that he knew me. People saying that in the live. They like got little lights up and shit. It was like, yo, I thought you
what?
was in there thinking that Sean knew me. They funny as hell. That's true. Sean funny as hell for doing that.
What he
That was
do?
funny.
He had people in there
You
like he
just
knew
went
y'all.
live and you had notification because you follow him, and it
Hmm.
say his name said the Dojo family mentioned you, and that's how it be like on Twitter. Like when you get
Mm.
mentioned, somebody at you basically, and it looked like
Yeah.
it looked like somebody. That shit was funny as hell just now. Right, hold up.
Mm.
That was 26 minutes.
URL.